Hello, guys, and welcome to episode 21, I believe. It's been like a week since I've recorded. I had to take our trailer to an RV park for about a week so I can get all the tanks emptied out and stuff like that. We were hoping to have a new house, but things didn't work out with that. So now we're back at my mother-in-law's house in the trailer, and it's already getting really cold, so I'm not sure what we're gonna do. So for the meantime, I'm gonna try to record as much as I can, when I can, and yeah. Some things that have changed around the base since last episode. Not a whole lot, honestly. I did add a little grinding pit right here. Just a small one, because drones kept coming. There's still a bunch of pieces laying around, but nothing really worth salvaging that I need. Just small bits and pieces. So I've been grabbing some pieces and throwing them into the grinder here. And yeah, I think that's the only thing that's different. The fighter ship is blue now. I'm going to start building with some colors, make things look nice. But what I want to do, the drill has been running. I swapped out 2 of the yield modules on each refinery for 2 speed modules to get things going a little bit faster because it wasn't processing the stone quick enough. Now I think it's processing, yeah, it's keeping up. All the stone that's coming in from the drill is getting refined, which is nice. It's pretty deep now. Still got a little ways to go. I think I have 3 more pistons. 4 pistons that need to extend? 3 or 4, something like that. But what I want to do is try to figure out how I'm going to build the armor around this tube in kind of a circle. That should be interesting. So I'm gonna use the blocks and figure out how I'm going to get it to work. So it's gonna be a little bit tricky because I have to free place it and figure out how I'm gonna get it the way I want it. I might actually go off of this a little bit, and I'm not sure if that's dug enough for it to come down and cover. I think it is. Okay, so that should work for the first section. Pretty much keep it uniform with the way the drill dug. Keep the walls covered. And I'm gonna pretty much line the walls. So if I build off of this and so on, then yeah, making it uniform is probably going to be the tricky part, but we'll see if I can make it work. Alright, so it took quite a bit of messing around and grinding and replacing until I figured out, I think I'm going to do it like this. So it's even all the way around, so like 5 flats. And I got some angled pieces. I got to get it all welded up, but I'm going to move my building repairs and probably a large cargo container temporarily on the surface. I'm going to take the drill out because I'm going to redo it. I'm going to frame all the way down and then put the drill back down here. My rotor is having some issues. It doesn't want to really spin anymore. It's spinning super slow. Even though I have it on half RPM, it's just like barely moving for some reason. So I'm gonna replace the drill down further. Hopefully it'll start working again. Like, it's going super slow and I don't know why. I've tried messing with the settings. I've noticed it's glitched out like that before. And when I exit and then come back in, it'll spin fast again and then it just goes slow. Not sure why. But I'm gonna have to finish putting this frame all the way down here. Oof. It's going to be pretty far. It's going to take quite a bit of iron and a few build and repairs to weld all of this up all the way down. And then I'll probably start digging out wider, and then the base will be down pretty far in the hole. And that way, when I get attacked and stuff, I won't risk losing all of my items that I have in my large cargo containers. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and frame this all the way down, bring another large cargo onto this platform here, probably an assembler as well, and then some build and repairs so they can start welding all of this up. The build and repairs are slowly doing their thing, getting the silo welded up, as well as a drill. Whoop, where are we at? There we are. So I'm starting to build the drill again down here. Hopefully it'll work again. I want to go down a little bit further before I start digging outwards this way. I think this is probably deep enough for like the silo portion, because I also want to figure out how to put like a lid over the top to cover the top, and then use pistons to lift it up, and that way I can bring ships in and out. And I want to use heavy armor blocks for the lid. I'm not sure how many pistons I'm going to need to lift that much weight, but I guess we'll see. So yeah, the build and repairs, I just added another one, so I got 3 of them running right now, but they got quite a distance to go onto that side. I added some lights. I'm going to do like a strip of lights on each flat side like this, and here as well, once it's all welded up to about this point, because I'm going to start digging outwards all the way around, and then I'll have like hallways and stuff going to different areas, like a large storage area, refinery area, probably an assembler area. Try to get some sort of super assemblers hooked up. And as long as everything works smoothly, I'll be happy. I've always only had like one assembler, so I'm gonna want to have more to do some really big projects, and then probably gonna start with like 20 to 30 refineries, and then make some sort of hookup for like a dropship, a smaller dropship. That way I can do bigger runs for uranium and whatnot, all the good stuff, gold, uranium, platinum. I got some platinum somewhere. Turn my HUD back on. Where's it at? Somewhere. Yep, right there. I got gold and platinum over there and uranium over there on some asteroids that are pretty close. And I'm going to get those things harvested up completely at some point. Once I make a small drop ship that can carry the miner. That way I don't have to go back and forth so much. I can just load up the drop ship and head back and dump it all in and let the refineries do their thing. That's the plan, and that's going to take a little while. I'm trying to record as much of what I'm doing as possible, unlike the first little series until things got all screwy, but that's the plan right now. I'm going to go ahead and let these guys finish welding as much as they can. I haven't added the angled pieces here yet, just because they got so much to do already, and I want to get this drill going, and they should be able to get these all welded up, hopefully. If not, I do have an assembler up here now, so I can craft everything that I need, and I have, the basics: nickel, silicone, and iron, and I do have some components and stuff. So I think right now I'm crafting like 40,000 more steel plates, because I've already burned through about 30,000 just on this stuff alone, which is insane. So I'll let these guys finish doing as much of the welding as they can so they can catch up to my building, and then get this drill up and running. Alright, there we go. Looks like everything's welded. I should be able to control it from here. Let's do control panel, pistons, share inertia tensor, And where is the rotor? So rotor, we're gonna do
Meteor storm inbound.
0.35 RPM. That is really slow. Are you still broken? Control panel rotor. We do 1 RPM. Still really slow. Why are the rotors doing this? That is a good question. Rotor, what if we take the inertia tensor off? Oh. Okay, so now it's spinning really fast. So let's go back to, what, 0.35 or so. 0.35. That should be a little bit better. Might still be a little too fast for what we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and do 0.20. So we'll do that. Okay. So now the drills, 1 through all of these, we'll turn them on. And they're on. And that should work. Cool. So I guess that's what the issue was. The rotor doesn't like to share inertia tensor. So we'll leave that off and hopefully it doesn't break. It shouldn't, the drill's not too big. And then we'll do the piston velocity, I think it was 0.006. We'll try that on for size. And which piston are you?
Meteor storm inbound.
Which piston's coming down? I think it's this one. Looks like that one, right? Yeah. Okay. So this top one's going first. That's gonna take a while. Why does that look so close? It should be okay. I'm wondering if I should speed the drills up, or the rotor up a little bit. I think I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Just a tad. The velocity, 0.3. And then that should be okay. I'll check on that again in a little while. And then looks like everything aside from the angled pieces is welded up in here, so that's awesome. So this thing just needs to pretty much dig. Sorry if that's a little bit loud. So I'm gonna probably run these pistons down, and then I think that should be good. Once these are fully extended, that should be far enough down. I might go a little bit further because I know that there's gold somewhere right there. So I'll probably go all the way down until I get that gold, because the gold is something that I want and pretty much need. Iron I don't really care about. Stone I also don't really care about, but I'll grab it. It's fine. And I'll process it up. I'm getting a little bit of iron and a tiny bit of stone just because it's grinding on the wall. But once it gets down, it's going to really start going. Alright, so because I'm going to get a ton of resources again with the drill, probably already a decent amount in here, what I want to do is actually build a tube all the way up to go to those refineries up there, because they're still there and they're working, so why not utilize them while I can. So I'll go ahead and kind of fiddle faddle, try to get something connected like that, and like this. And then I got the building repairs, and they're within range, so they can go ahead and weld all of this up for me, which is pretty sweet. So I'm going to build a tube all the way up. And one more. And put this guy on top. Start going this way. Of course, it's temporary tubing. It's not going to stay forever. Go ahead and put tube there. It's going to look pretty hideous. But as long as it works, that's all I'm really worried about. Go ahead and bring this over. Oops, I think I went too far. So right here. And then another elbow. Come on. And then this way. And voila. So that's built, and it should start pulling the stuff out, I think. Very nice. And that stuff should go into the refineries. That's what I'm talking about. Nice, quick, easy fix. So all the stuff that I drill from now on, when I start going that way and digging all of that out, will just go up into these refineries up here, and it'll take care of all that business. And I think all the ingots and everything are still going to come into this one. 35, 9, yep, cool. So that works perfectly. And I think the drills are just now starting to dig out the bottom. I'm going to want to keep an eye on them and make sure they're not coming down too fast. It almost looks like they might be. Hopefully not. It's either going a little bit too fast, or it'll be like exactly where we want it. I think it's exactly where we want it. Looks good. I'll check on it again in a little bit. So that's all good. And then I got tons and tons of steel plates. So I think what I'll do real quickly before I end this episode for the night, let's go ahead and get a ton. There we go. And I'm gonna go ahead and put all these angled pieces in and add some more lights and get this place a little bit more lit up. Alright, it's coming along nicely. Nice and lit up. I think this base, it's the third base now in this series, but this one is going to take a long time to finish, and I think it's going to be like the final base. Once we're moved in, it's going to be the final base. It's probably going to be a long time till I finish it, because I have so many plans living underground away from all the drones and meteors and stuff like that. Yeah, this part's still going to be exposed, but I want to put that heavy armor plating on it. And what the heck is this? That's weird. It's like a glitch. It's there, and it's not. So is it there? I don't think it's there. It doesn't feel like it's there. But yeah. There's still going to be spots exposed, but this is going to be like the main entrance. Maybe not the main entrance, like for me to go in and out of. I'm going to have some sort of secret area with some doors and stuff. But over the top, I want to put the heavy armor plating lid. And of course, there's going to be a shield, because I already have a shield thing, so that's going to be placed somewhere. And I think I can move the shield around, so I could even put like the emitter deep underground and then have it just cover this area, which would be pretty cool. And then I'll have, you know, missile turrets and stuff like that elsewhere around this entrance, just to protect from meteors and all that other stuff. But if something does happen to come in and just wreak havoc, then all the important stuff's going to be deep underground and off somewhere, probably like that way. So like up here, you know, you'll just see just a bunch of ground and stuff, but deep underneath is where all the magic's going to be, all the tons of refineries and stuff like that. But for now, it's looking really good. I like the way it looks. I'm going to clean up the top before I put the lid on, obviously. And then this stuff's going to come down a little bit further. And then it'll get into the good stuff with the corridors and all that. But the drills are still running. I can't remember if there's another section that comes out or if that's it. I think that's it, because they extend 3 times their length. So the drill's already almost at that point where I'm going to have to take these back out and then add probably 4 pistons and then keep going. Keep going. That's what I'm going to do. But for now, that's going to do it for this episode. Time has been really limited for me right now with all this stuff going on. So I'm gonna keep trying to upload as much as I can. And I'm really happy with the way this is looking so far.
Energy
Except for
low.
that rock that keeps appearing, that's kind of annoying. And I have my fighter here because I keep going into the cockpit to re-energize my stuff, my hydrogen and my power. And that's what I've been doing, is using the fighter, and just to have a little bit extra defense near the new entrance. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next one. It might be a little while until it comes out, but it's gonna keep coming. Later.